Hey everybody, Dilek Onur Taylor here, and
Michelle O'Connor. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Maggie Mulhern.
Oh yeah, Maggie. Sometimes you're an editor, sometimes you're a model, right? It happens.
Yes. Our model today, at least.
Our model today. We are artistic directors for Matrix, and we are also
creative directors for JCPenney Salons, also known as The Salon by InStyle.
And I want to point out we're at Matrix Destination in Orlando, Florida, 2018. It's pretty fabulous. Michelle and Dilek just took a break from a class to come and do a Facebook Live for you guys, and no long-haired mannequins were around, so guess who got dragged into duty?
Hey, listen, it happens. It's a hair show. You make eye contact, and then all of a sudden you're in.
So right now we were playing with Maggie's hair and we decided to do a DNA braid on her. I love this braid because it gives us an opportunity to do something that's a little bit different. You know, we see a lot of 3-strand, we see a lot of fishtail. So sometimes it's a matter of just learning a new technique that allows you to kind of recreate what we traditionally see as a typical braid. And as you guys can see, if you remember science class and you saw like the DNA strand, that's why this is called a DNA braid, because it naturally wants to have that rotation.
So it's naturally rotating. Cool.
Yeah.
So fun.
I already kind of worked my way through one. As you can see, Maggie has this long, beautiful hair, and I'm going to do another one with you guys so that you can see how I started.
Where would be the best place for me to stand? Right here?
Yes.
Okay, you just let me know if there's a cool...
So, let's see. The key is to separate it in 3. Not unlike you would do a typical 3-strand braid. So I'm going to make my 3s. And this middle piece is really going to be your anchor piece, and you're going to be crossing over and under this middle piece in a continuous motion. So like a fishtail, you take from the outside, cross it over, and you're going to go underneath that middle, and you're going to hold it with your left bundle. And then you're going to take from the outside, you're going to twist down, and you're going to go over the middle strand. And this is the pattern that you're going to continue to do all the way down. So take from the outside, flip it over, go underneath the middle strand, take from the outside, go under, and go over. So it's very much an over and under rotation continuously. Take from the outside, flip it over, go under the middle. Take from the outside, flip it under, go over the middle.
Take it from the outside, flip it under, go over the middle.
Yes.
Take it from the outside,
flip it under,
go
over the middle.
Go over the middle.
Okay. Take it from the outside, flip it over, go under the middle.
That's got to be super important that you're repeating that in your head, right?
Yeah.
Over to stay on track.
Take it from the outside, flip it under, go over the middle. Take it from the outside, flip it over, and go under the middle. Take it from the outside, flip it under, and go over the middle. So it's always going over the middle, and you see what that's creating. It almost looks like a ladder a little bit, and you're always gathering everything in the opposite hand. So that's how you maintain the control.
Wow. It looks so beautiful, especially on really healthy, shiny hair.
Oh my gosh. She's like a unicorn.
Know,
like, who
really
has this hair?
magic.
And then the color, look at the different shades of blondes, the tones. It's really bringing everything to life too.
We were joking.
Yeah, we were
we
joking,
said that this was the 26 inches from Helena's, the wig shop.
Who needs extensions when you have this?
Me, I do.
Yeah,
all of it.
We'll
take them.
We'll take them.
And if you guys take a peek at the one that I did already, you can see that, yeah, again, it's making that little rotation that looks very much like a DNA braid that you would see in science. So who said hairdressers don't know science and math?
Okay, Michelle, there's some requests. Will you repeat the motion again a couple times?
Absolutely. All right, so let's start from, I'm right-handed, so I have a tendency to start from this side. So I'm taking it from the back, just like a fishtail. I'm going over what's gathered in this hand, and then I'm going underneath this middle, okay? I'm taking what's on this side, I'm going under it, and I'm going over the middle and gathering it in this hand, okay?
So say it without doing it. Okay. Take it from the outside.
Outside, flip it over, go under the middle, and gather it in this hand.
Okay.
Take it from this side, flip it under, go over the middle, gather it in this side.
Okay.
So you're always taking from the outside.
Yes.
You're always taking from the outside.
Yes. Yes.
I think
always.
that's, for me, that's what I have to say. And I think it helps to say it out loud.
Totally.
To take the steps.
Always, you're only taking strands from the outside.
Yes, always. And the middle is your anchor. What else can we tell them that would kind of make it stick? I feel like it's repeating, so you just have to, like Allison said, kind of say it in your head as you're doing it, and then your hands just start doing it over and over again.
How many sections did you start with?
3.
So we started with 3 sections.
Yes.
So, and then what did you do with those 3 sections?
With the 3 sections, I took my outside section and I crossed it over and went underneath the middle. And so if you start with 3, which here's the 3, okay? Let's pretend that this was the original 3 that we started with. 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm taking from the outside, just like you would a fishtail, and I'm crossing it over. So it's going over that section, and then I'm crossing it over that middle, under that middle, crossing it under that middle and gathering it here. So I'm back with 3 again.
Back with 3.
Okay, so you're always having 3.
And you're bringing it to the inside of that last
to the
group.
opposing side, okay?
Sarah says, wow, this is so Viking. I love it.
Oh my gosh, Game of Thrones. Yeah, and you know what, guys? I'm going to tell you a secret. I won Naha with this braid. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah,
one
you
of
did.
my one of my collections had this in it, but it was just kind of it was remixed. It was like brought up and I stylized it. So when you guys have like various techniques, you can take them and the sky is the limit for what you can do with them and how you manipulate them, which is what Dilek is going to do in a minute. She's going to show you how you take this and put it up into a loose top knot.
Well, I think it's just a different way of creating texture. I know that you and I are crazy about
Obsessed.
texture and really kind of undone texture. I know you like to put it in, and I like to make it look very undone. So we're a good team that way.
We are on many fronts,
On many fronts, yeah. But I love, like some of it's popping out, but that's all cool because
That's okay.
once it's all put into kind of a very loose, undone top knot, it looks perfect. I think don't obsess about making it so perfect.
No.
It's just about getting the rhythm and the motion, and I think for me, I have to say it out loud, and nobody can talk to me when I'm doing it. Like you have to step away. You can watch, but you can't ask until we do it again.
That's so cool.
So look
So
at that. Look
cool.
what that does on itself. I like the popping out pieces.
Yeah,
so
me
I
too.
feel like that adds to the charm of it.
Absolutely. Would you use some hairspray on this?
I did
Okay.
initially.
You
Yes,
started?
I would use hairspray to
Yeah.
just douse the entire ponytail to give it a little bit of control.
Absolutely.
Which one is
And
this?
We're using Volume Fixer.
It's
And
it's
it's
actually
styling.
From
it's
Styling.
styling. It's my favorite.
This
I
is
know
your
I
favorite.
pressure it to be your favorite as well.
I
You
know.
like a few of the others as well, but
Yeah.
I use it for everything. They had me a volume. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
So let's switch. Let's switch
let's
spots.
switch, yeah.
We've got some fans. Nadia says, excuse my ignorance. Who are these amazing, talented humans? Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're here with Dilek Onur Taylor and Michelle O'Connor and our Maggie Mulhern right there as our models. And we are at Matrix Destination in Orlando 2018, and these fabulous ladies work together so well. We thought, what better opportunity to see them demo their signature styles right here. And you guys can ask questions and they'll make sure to get back to you.
So I am using a little texture builder, and it's actually one of my other favorite products by Matrix. I use it on when I'm curling hair. I use it for braiding. I know you love it too, and it gives you a little bit of grip. And what I love about it is you don't see it. You don't see it, but it's just enough to kind of maybe change the texture, maybe thicken it.
I love that you point that out, Dilek, because it, we work on texture a lot, and there's so many different types of hair textures that sit in front of us, or we have models, and we have to kind of make accommodations for each of them. When you have someone like Maggie who has super silky hair, it has a tendency to want to slip out of braids. So that is the perfect thing to actually allow you to have a little bit of grip in the hair. And I don't want to use the word rough it up, but it gives you some substance.
But sometimes you do need to make the hair look like it's shifting or moving, and that's a great way of doing it, like very, very quickly, especially for fine hair. I feel like fine hair, I even use it when my hair's straight to create a little bit of pieciness, because wax is too much for me. Like the pomade is too much for me. It tends to make it look oily.
So what are you going to do now with these cool DNA braids?
So this would be Maggie at work, looking fab, or out lunching with the ladies. So all I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take it and pull it apart a little bit. I'm working on the outside area to expand.
It's so perfect.
I know, but we're just going to make it
look at that.
a little looser and a little plumper, and it's actually exaggerating even what Michelle did. I think loosening it up.
Expanded.
I love it expanded.
Love it expanded.
So we're going to just kind of, and don't
It
be
looks like
afraid to get
Instagram hair.
It does. Don't be afraid to get in there, and I think it's just, this is such a visual, like areas that I think she needs a little more expansion, and I mean, that even brings out what Michelle did.
And
even
her hair
a little
color
bit more.
so
Yeah,
much,
and her
too.
hair color. And I'm going to use just a little bit more of that texture builder.
It's right behind it.
Oh, there it
There you
is.
go.
And just to kind of, and that actually helps keep the hair together, but it still allows me to pull it. I'm going to do the same thing on this side.
And it didn't make it heavy.
No.
It didn't make it look like there was a ton of product on it.
No.
It's still very clean looking, very airy.
And yes, absolutely. And I like to start pulling from the bottom.
Yeah.
That gives me a little control. And if the little babies pop out, that's cool. We're just going to make it work. I love
why they don't pull from the top.
When you pull from the top,
that.
actually, if you think about it, if you pull from the top, you actually have to drag all the way from up here. So if you're actually expanding and you're pulling some of this hair, and I think it's really interesting that you left this much hair, because I think people tend to braid all the way down. But you need to leave yourself enough room. So when I am pulling, do you see this kind of popping up and becoming shorter? So
without hair in your hand, can you show me what the finger motion is of how you're manipulating the hair?
Sure. So I'm starting at the bottom, and I'm actually just pulling on the outside. So using my thumb and my index, I'm just kind of pulling.
Show me at the camera without hair in your hand.
Without hair?
Yeah, like just bring your hand up to here and show me what the motion is.
I'm actually just pinching on the outer layer, and I'm just slightly
like you're making
flat.
It's a flat pinch.
Okay.
On the outside. Remember, concentrate on the outside and just tug it out. And that's really about it. And if some of those pieces pop out, I think it even makes it more interesting. And work your way up. So I feel like I need a little bit more here, and then here, and then next, after I've pulled it out enough, I'm just going to kind of like almost massage it to get it even a little, finesse.
I could use one.
I could use one too. I can use a good pedicure and maybe a facial.
Petty.
Yeah. So I'm liking the way it actually almost doubled in size, which is cool. So I'm going to take some of the volume fixer and spray her. And now what I'm going to do is have Maggie go from day to night, right? So one of the fastest ways of doing this, think of like a figure eight. So I'm going to wrap in one direction.
Is this the best place for me to stand?
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's good. I'm going to take this and wrap in one direction and take her little tail
and just it wants to naturally twist, so you don't have to do as much twisting. It's doing it on its own,
Yeah, and I'm just kind of twisting it, letting it go in the direction that it wants to. And just to start, I know Michelle calls these soldiers. I'm going to take this and kind of just put it into place. Don't tuck it in all the way just yet.
Those are hairpins. They're placement pins.
Yep.
And we talked a lot about that in our session styling class, where this is classic hairdressing. A lot of hairdressers today don't know about them. They don't understand that sometimes you need to set a style in place before you actually
versus bobbies.
Yeah,
and so you see
just
they're standing.
They're standing.
And in my
these,
opinion,
right?
Yeah, these are. Oh, it's our. Excuse our mess. We
cannot live without those. Like they are like. It is, if you could have 5 tools, that would be in the 5 things.
So they're not
that I
meant
have to
for
have.
like the final secure.
They're not. So we just kind of position it, look for balance. So you can see I haven't tucked them in. They're sticking out. So that allows me to go back and maybe readjust something or make it even a little fuller. Like if I want to go in and pinch a little bit more out.
They're placeholders.
They're just placeholders. It's kind of having that invisible assistant if you don't have one.
Otherwise, that would be my fingers.
Yeah. For sure. Otherwise, that would be Michelle's fingers. So I'm going to take the second part of the braid.
I know. Glorious. It's glorious.
So good.
So elegant.
I want to see it.
Oh, don't worry. This Facebook.
Maggie, you're beautiful.
You are. This is going to live forever in our Modern Salons gallery of videos on Facebook, and this will also be on our YouTube channel. So if you missed one of the techniques in the DNA braid or in the top knot, don't fret, continue watching it now, and then go back and rewatch it till you learn it to perfection. And can we just talk about how perfectly dressed you are for a top knot?
So perfect.
This is so like
Thank you. Don't go too far down. I'm in my cozy shoes. I'm in my show shoes, and I'm getting on a plane in a couple hours. Oh,
They're going to be like, who is this lady?
Yeah, if you get a pat down at TSA, it's because of this huge hair. Like
no, what happens to me frequently is I have to take my hair down. If it's in a knot at the top, they think I'm hiding something in there.
Secrets.
Oh, they pat down your. They pat
No,
down
they
your
make me take it down.
Wow.
I get it too. And then mine is fluffy, so they're like, what's in there?
Exactly.
This is gorgeous, guys.
So I have just kind of had all those placeholders in there, and I think that we're good to kind of tuck it in. So jump in and whatever you see, let's tuck
So
them
now
in.
Now we'll switch gears and we'll use the traditional bobby pins that actually will give us some grip.
There's a few of them, so let's share these and dig in.
We'll go to town and just place. And you guys, again, this is not an area where you want to be perfect. This is, you want it to be like casually like done but undone. Like there's intention here. You saw every step of the way that we got to this point, but you don't want it to look like you tried that hard. And that's what's in right now is hair, almost, you know, not unlike clothes where it's like you never want to look like you're trying too hard. It's the same in the hair
But it's also to remember, the more detail, I know for myself, if I spend an hour on an updo, it starts to look too over detailed.
Too coiffed.
And then if you're over coiffed, it looks old fashioned. So to keep it modern, to keep it fresh, and to maybe, I mean, how long would this take to do in the salon? Like 20 minutes? I feel, really, if you're not talking through it,
So,
to be able to create this.
Yeah.
So if you want to take it to that next a little bit more coiffed look, we kind of like these little frizzy pieces, like at the nape. But how can you hide them? What's a good trick for hiding them to help take it to that chic level if you're going to like a gala or something?
I feel like that's just creating some sleekness in some area. So I would leave a lot of this looseness around the face, but refine this in the back so that it actually looks more polished back there, and that I feel would make it a little bit more formal.
And then to step it up from there, it's also a directional blow dry. So if she's coming in and she really wants to go, let's say she's going to the Academy Awards, lucky girl, that would be awesome. You're going to start with the directional blow dry. So you're going to take someone from wet hair, and very often we use
this looks so good. I love it.
We use a comb to blow dry, and you're going to blow dry everything up. And towards the center is a ponytail, and that gives you a really sleek finish. You're awesome at that. I know I love it.
Well,
I hand that one over to you.
It's good, and it's so important. It's that you made a good point, Dilek. And the reason why she talks about directionally blow drying, especially when you're looking to get hair into a pony, is because hair, especially when you wear it down, is in many different directions. Like you have her fringe area that's going forward this way, you have the sides that are going that, and then we all have like some type of whirl in our hair. So if you wanted a really sleek ponytail without any sort of bulges, the idea would be to get the hair from its wet state and to actually take a fine-tooth comb and blow dry the strands in the direction that the ponytail is going to go in.
It looks so
and
good.
Then it supports it.
And what I love, my last comment, is how her cheekbones are emphasized because of the direction of her highlights. It just looks so good. Dilek, Michelle, how do we stay in touch with you guys? What's your Instagram?
Follow us on Instagram, Dilek Onur Taylor. It's really just our names.
Yeah, mine is Michelle O'Connor Beauty, and I'll be looking for you on the gram.
And we're posting all things Matrix Destination 2018. So check us out. We have so much to share with you guys.
Thank you to our beautiful model.
And thank you.